Hello and welcome you all. Guys, thanks for your time for attending the session that we have planned for yesterday. That was the first demo that we have planned. Okay, from today onwards, we will be actually starting our course, starting with the very basics and the fundamentals of the course and progressing towards the technical aspect, different sort of tools and trainings and techniques that we are supposed to learn as a Fusion technical consultant. Before we start, guys, there is an announcement that I would like to make. I heard that okay, some of you has got enrolled and some of you might have been facing some issues with the payment gateway. That is the reason we are extending that early bird offer for today also. Those who has been struggling to make the payment, we have an admin here. Please connect with the admin after the class and he's sharing the payment gateway link. Please make sure that okay, you will be doing the enrollment today because tomorrow onwards only the enrolled participants will be allowed into the Zoom meeting. Okay. So moving ahead, guys, as we have covered the demo, in the demo, we have not actually learned anything or taught anything, but we were just discussing about the course content and the flow of the training, that how and what we are going to teach, how this particular training is going to be beneficial, what sort of output that you can draw from this particular training. So, guys, definitely if you have been looking out for the career change, career progression, or you have been looking for some sort of promotion, you want to upgrade your skills for all those particular purpose, this is the right sort of course and the right sort of platform where you should be investing and starting your journey with us for next to 45 days to 2 months, where you should be learning different aspects of the Oracle Fusion Technical Consultant, the life of a Oracle Fusion Technical Consultant, what they have been working upon, how they have been working upon, and with whom, with which client, who are the different sort of stakeholders. Everything we are going to discuss into this particular training and demonstrate everything practically. Okay. Moving ahead, guys, as we have planned that okay, today we will be starting the training with the basics, the basic, very basics of the fundamentals and all. First of all, guys, as we discussed that okay, those who has been enrolled into this training program, whatever the courses, whatever the different tools that we are going to learn across, you will be handed over with these sort of documentations, which include a handwritten notes, that will include some sort of templates, whatever the PPTs that we have designed, everything will be handed over to you from the first day of the course. Okay. Next thing is, in case still you have any sort of confusion that okay, whether you are not from the IT background, whether you will be able to cope up or anything, everything will be covered from details from the scratch. Every technology will be starting from the scratch, and I will be explaining every concept from the layman terms first before explaining into the technical terms or from the actual real time scenarios. Okay. Next thing, this particular course has been designed in a latest trend into the market. So whatever the tools and techniques which has been offered by Oracle as of now, as on today, we are going to cover mostly everything into that. And we does not bifurcate that okay, we are making a fusion technical consultant. We are not covering this particular course specifically for the HCM or financial or supply chain trends. Okay, wherever whatever the concept which is useful, whatever the things which is possible to make you understand the concept, whether it's from the concept of a HCM, from a concept of supply chain, we will be using, and certain tools which are specific only for the ERP, means financial and supply chain. So in that case, when we are learning those components and those sort of technology, we will be majorly focusing on to the examples and trends of the financial domain. In case certain tools we are learning which are specific for the HCM domain, definitely we will be taking an example of the HCM domain. Okay. There is a one confusion, or you will say that okay, you might be thinking while the course of this particular training that no, although Piyush has said that okay, this is a complete fusion technical course, but it is more inclined toward the HCM track. Okay, that may be the perception that you may be feeling some at some point of time. Yes, definitely you will feel that way. The reason is that okay, Oracle Fusion has given more sort of tools related to the HCM. HCM has multiple tools that we are going to learn, while supply chain and Financial has very limited tools to work upon. Financial and supply chain is only having a tools called BAP, OTBI, FBDI, ADFDI, while HCM has multiple tools that we need to learn across. Okay, as we say that okay, the tools related to the customization and personalization, there may be some additional tool provided to customize and personalize the Fusion application. Fusion HCM screens, but those tools are not applicable for financials and ERP. So please be rest assured that everything which is required we are going to cover, and it is not that something that we are basically intent to focus only onto the financials or intent to focus only onto the technical work. Okay, so guys, first of all, the first thing that we should need to consider and refer that okay, you will be provided with this sort of URL. Okay, let me do a logout first. Very basic things we are going to cover for the first week. We will be just settling up the foundation and the base, because this base is important to you, because after this particular training you should not need to claim that okay, you are a trained professional. You should need to say that okay, you are a skilled working professional having to 2 to 3 years of experience. So the basics you should be very much familiar, and every basic should be onto your tips. Okay, so guys, you will be providing some URL. This is a SaaS based application. SaaS based application is something you does not need to install anything. There is a company Oracle. This product belongs to them. They have installed this particular software somewhere into California or some of the servers and provided you the URL, username, password. In any of the SaaS based application, if you have the running internet connection, browser, laptop, you can be able to access this application anywhere and everywhere at any point in time. Okay, so guys, we will be provided with the URL, username, password. Once you get enrolled, the same access will be provided to you as well. This is your login screen. Click on to next. Once everything has been authenticated, you will be landing into the Fusion application, and this is the home page for your Fusion application. Okay, so guys, what has happened? The user who has logged in into this application, the initials of that user will be listed down here. That as I have logged in by tag.stable, TS will be listed down. Once you list it down, guys, there has been a global bar. This top portion will be a global bar with the global buttons. No matter wherever you are going, which screen you are accessing, everything, every page you are standing, it will always show this global bar to you. Okay. What is this global bar? This is a global search. Anything that you want to search here, you should be able to search. Clicking onto this and search for a person called dummy, you will be able to search this employee. You want to go to this particular employee. So for the employee related, there may be different sort of information that we are capturing into the system. Employee phone number, their salary details, their performance detail, their absence details, their assignment details. So whatever the page that you want to access, directly search the employee, and there is a tilted bar icon. Click onto this. It will give you different sort of actions which you can access. You want to add a new assignment to the employee. You want to check the absence cases. You want to go to area of responsibilities. You want to add a photo. You want to change the manager. You want to change the location. You want to change the assignment of the employee. You want to change the salary. So directly search the employee, go to the action that you want to perform, and the system will take you to that particular action, to that particular page. All of these are nothing but a different sort of pages related to the employee. Okay, so in case you want to go and change the location of the employee, directly select the employee, click on to change location. It will take you to that particular employee. Open that particular employee. Which employee? We have selected this particular employee, and we should be directly going to the change location page. Click on to continue. The current details of the employee will be listed down in different sections. Guys, what has happened? These are different. This is one of the page. What is the page? Page is a change location. What is the sections we are having? Different sections. Each section may be having certain fields which are mandatory, that will be marked with the star. We should need to pass the value for mandatory fields and then click continue. In after continue, if everything has been filled properly into this section, we will be landing to the second section. We should be providing what will be the location. Maybe this employee is having some location, but now going forward, the new location of the employee is something like this. Now, since it is having three sections, but the second section does not have a continue button, that means the third section may be a dummy section or it will be handled directly by the Oracle. You are not supposed to enter any value or do anything. So directly you should be able to submit. Once you submit, what has happened for this particular employee, the location of the employee has changed from whatever is current location. The location has changed to Indore. Effective which date, guys? We have passed the effective date of today, 25th Feb 2026. The location will change. So, guys, what has happened? Suppose till 24th Feb 2020 five, six. The location may be Delhi, but from 25th onwards, the location is going to be Indore. That is called date tracking. If someone will ask you that, okay, what is the date of what is the location of the Piyush? The location of Piyush as on current date, as per today's date, we have changed the location from Delhi to Indore. So on 25th and going forward after 25th, my location will be Indore. But before 25th, okay, from the date of my joining, from the date of my hiring till one day prior to the 25th, because we did the changes from 25th. So prior to that, our location will be Delhi. Okay. So guys, that's how you should be able to make use of the global search bar. Okay. Next thing is, suppose you have been standing into any of the page, like suppose you have to go somewhere. Let's go to some of the page. Either you should be able to directly access the page or the page may be clubbed together into different sections. So suppose there is one section called work structure. If we go to this section, we see there has been different pages. If you're standing into this particular page, okay, if we are standing into this particular page and we need to go to the home button because we need to navigate to some different page, the shortcut is there is a home button available. Click on to home and it will directly bring you back to the home screen. It doesn't matter how much drill down you have been gone, wherever you have gone, you need to bounce back to the home page. This global bar is always there. Click on to the home button and it will be taking you to the home screen. Okay. Next thing is, suppose you as a consultant, you as a business consultant need to access one particular page very frequently. Like suppose the same page you have to access again and again to perform day-to-day operation. So guys, if you go there, first you have to log in, then you have to click onto this two clicks, then this will be the third click, and then you will be landing into this page. This is your fourth click. Okay, this is the page that you should need to regularly come and do the changes. So instead of navigating, guys, as we have been using the browser and we will be making the favorites into the browser. Same way, guys, there's a button called favorites. Click onto this. Every individual can add their day-to-day accessible page to add to favorites. Once you click on to add to favorite job details, click on to save and close. What is happened? This page will be marked as a favorites here. If you come here, this page will be written here. Wherever you are standing, doesn't matter. You does not need to navigate now, and you should be directly able to go to the star icon and directly able to access the page from here. Okay. Now, guys, it is very important that you should understand that, okay, this particular application or any of the application in the world that you will be using, okay, that application is to do some sort of transaction to manage some sort of data. Let's take an example. If you are using your mobile phone, going to the contacts application in your mobile phone, there is a contact application. What you can do into the contact application? If you go to the contact application, you should be able to search the detail. You should be able to search the phone number of Piyush, who's your trainer. You should be able to add a new phone number for Piyush. You should be able to delete the phone number of the Piyush and you should be able to update the phone number of the Piyush. So guys, in this entire world, whether it's a mobile application, it's a desktop application, it's a on premises application, it's a cloud application, SaaS based application, whatever the kind of application is, the application must be mostly having a UI must be having a form must be having a fields. Some of the fields are mandatory, some of the fields are non-mandatory, some of the fields will be a text type field where we will be able to write some text value, some of the fields may be a numeric value where we will be passing the numeric value like um, salary. There may be certain fields like which are text, date type value, like date of birth, date of hire, purchase date, and other than these three dates there is no other kind of data that we will be capturing into any of the field. Maybe certain UI specific fields are like that. You are checking that okay, whether the values true or false, whether some sort of context like okay, are you going to be a primary contact or not a primary contact, something like that. So from the UI we might be selecting yes or no, or a radio button or a checkbox, but internally everything is a text value only, because in backend everything is going to be saved as a text value only. Okay, so guys, same way if we consider this particular screen, the UI of the Fusion application is very uniform. Okay, if you learn how to search any business object, go to one of the screen, then you need to search for any business object. Okay, there is a screen available, you should be able to search the object xx something and click enter. If anything is available with xx, we see that okay, the details related to the xx related things has come across. Okay, effective which date, guys, there has been certain sort of filters available. You want to apply these filters, that's okay. You want to sort the data from A to Z, Z to A, ascending, descending. You can be able to sort the data accordingly. That's how the UI will be reflecting. You don't want to see only the active record. You want to remove this. Okay. You should be able to remove this. Based on the filters that you have been adding, the data which has been displayed will be impacted. The based on the filters that you have removed, the data will be impacted. There is a show filter. Click onto the show filter. You want to see only the records which are inactive. Select onto this. The moment you add this filter here, you see the filter has been responded and added here for your references. Okay, all these filters are there. Whatever the filters that you want to apply, you can apply. You want to hide the filters again, you should be able to hide the filters again. Okay, that's how, guys, we will be able to search any of the data into the system. Try to correlate like as you are going to search any of the contact details into your mobile phone. Now, guys, once you are able to search the contacts into your mobile phone, you may need to see the details of this particular thing. So in your mobile phone, what you will do, you will click onto the contact to see the details into a read only mode. Same way, guys, you will see whenever whatever the business object, whether it's a financial business object, supply chain related item, or a HCM related item, once you search, the list will be shown, and the first name, first column will be a hyperlink. Once we click onto this hyperlink, it should be able to open the page which will show more details about this particular business object. The details page will open up, and that detail page generally, guys, always into the read only mode. Let's click onto this and see that okay, this page has been a detail page which has opened up. So guys, here what we have seen, this is the details about this page. This is inactive. From which date it is inactive? It is inactive since 10/01/2025. It is inactive. The name is this one. So that's how you should be able to search the item. Now, guys, in case you want to make the changes into this item, by mistake it has been inactive, but you want to do the correction to this record. This is not inactive, this is active. So once you are into the landing page where you are able to see the details, you should be able to click onto this and go to the correct mode. Once you will be going into the correct mode, the form will open into the editable mode. Only the fields which are allowed to be changed, like common set cannot be changed after creation, code cannot be changed. Only the fields which can be allowed to be changed, that only can be changed. You want to put it as a senior director, you want to rename the things correctly, senior director. You want to make it active, click onto this, make it active, and click onto submit. Once you submit, you will be again landing into the same landing page of this particular job details page. Again, you want to search, again search for that particular object. You can search based on the name or code, anything. Okay, guys, why it is not being done? Because we are searching and we are having a filter called inactive while we have made this record as a active. So we should need to remove this particular filter. Then only we should be able to search that particular record. It should need to come. Guys, since we have just made the changes, sometime since this is a learning instance, it will be little slow and it will take some time to get reflected. Okay, this is the record that we have made the changes. Okay, guys, in case you want to create your new item, you does not want to do the things like this. First of all, if you click here, guys, in your mobile phones also, if you want to do certain things, everything you cannot create, everything you cannot delete. Okay, suppose you go to your mobile phone and there is some predefined themes provided by Android software. You may be able to update any theme, you may be able to create the theme, but you would not be able to delete any pre-existing theme. So guys, it depends to the object to object. If you go and search this object, go to the action, sometime you will see that okay, there is no delete option. That means that business object is not allowed to be deleted. There's the business object which are not allowed to be deleted. They specifically have a status column. Instead of deleting, if you this particular business object is not allowed, it is not active, it is not supposed to be used for your further future transactions. So generally you will try to delete, but the system is not allowing to delete because this may be referred in some of the employee records, some of the supplier records, something. There is a interdependency. That is the reason what you will do. You will come and make it as a inactive. In case you want to create your own business objects, okay. So come to that particular screen. There is a button called add. Click onto the add button. As we said that okay, we will be landing into the screen. Go there, it will give you one section which will some of the fields are mandatory. We will select the fields, click continue. We will be getting a second section which is also having some of the field. We will pass the values for those particular field like XXFG, Feb 2026 job. Okay, this is the name I have given. Any code that has to be given, guys, it is a configuration that the functional people might have done. That okay, whether the code is auto generated. If the code is getting auto generated, if the configuration is something like that, the code will automatically come. If the configuration is that okay, the code can be generated by you as a consultant while creating the object, it will be also a text field where we can pass the code. Okay, we want to keep it as an active. Suppose you are working into the HR department to create a job because new people has to be hired. So there will be some email communication, there may be some approval, there may be some department who have allocated the budget, there may be some uh, order has been passed in. That is the reason a new job to be created. You being working as a clerk into the HR department and your job is to create a job, you are creating this job. So in case you want to add that particular attachment or that sort of approval mails, you should be able to click onto this and add that as an attachment. Okay, guys, what is a role of a technical consultant? Although you want to create a job, one job, two job, 10 job, 200 jobs, that has to be created by a HR on a daily basis, suppose. So that is okay. There may be an HR department, there may be five, six clerks, they will be able to create and manage the thing. But in case 2000 plus jobs has to be created on a daily basis or weekly basis. So for that, a technical people will be called. That people will not be able to come to this screen and do the things manually, but technical tools we are going to use to support them, through which they should be able to do the bulk data operations, bulk data creations, updation and deletion. Okay, so once we click onto this, we know the code is 26 and this is the name. Click onto submit. And once we are able to submit, we will be landing into this page. Again, go there and search for a business object with the code called 26. If the job has been created, we should be able to see the job. Okay, clicking onto this, guys, you want to change something, go click onto this, click onto the correct. You want to change something, we forget to add a job family, click onto this and add any job family, click onto submit. The details will be updated. Again search, again go, to this particular search and you should be able to see that okay, Joe family must be added. Okay, in case guys we just did the transaction and you say changes to this data are pending for approval. What has happened by default for each of the business object, Oracle has not added any sort of workflows. Okay, but as a technical consultant, the business may be contacting you that okay, these are the sensitive transactions, these are the business object. Nobody should need to go and just directly create or update or delete this sort of business object. We want to define some sort of custom approvals. So as a technical consultant, we should be learning those tools to define the custom approvals. Here, guys, creation at the time of creation, we have not added any workflows. But in case we are updating the existing jobs, there is a workflow getting triggered. And until unless somebody who's supposed to be authorized to approve the workflow, they are not approving it, the changes will not get reflected and saved into the business transaction tables. Okay. Now, guys, one thing very importantly you should need to be aware in the entire Fusion application, everything that we are going to do from the front end, all these transactions are nothing. It is accumulating some data into the software, whether the data manipulation in terms of creating a new data, adding a new data, updating or modifying a data or deleting any data. So if there is a data, definitely we need to search the data also. So most of the screen that you will be accessing, that will be something similar to that, having a search functionality, create functionality, search functionality, showing the details of that particular business object, and you should be able to insert, update, delete from this particular screen. If you go to the Joe family screen, you see the screen is something similar to that. In case you want to come back, we will come back and you want to check the screen related to the position, you should be able to see the screen is something like the same sort of screens are available. Guys, all these things that we have seen, job, grade, position, location, grade, all these are nothing but these are the fundamental building blocks for any of the integration, any of the work that you're supposed to design. Even if you are a financial consultant, even if you are a supply chain consultant, the Fusion software will not work until unless you will do some sort of common setups related to the core HCM, the enterprise setups, division setup, organization setup, location setups. These are very much required. We are not going into the setup and discussions related to that because that is not our job. That will be done by the functional consultant. But in case any of the business object you want to search and validate and update, or sometime you being as a technical consultant has been asked to create a report, you write your query, created a report and you want to test that report. Okay, you need to validate that okay, whether the data which has been displayed into the front end is matching to the data that is being getting fetched by your report. So one thing is that okay, you will create the report and you will be completely relying on to the functional consultant that okay boss, I have created the report, please come join into my call, show me few of the samples from the UI and let's together validate it from the table data or the report that I have created. Otherwise, if you are a techno-functional consultant, slowly and steadily you will be accessing, learning, and getting familiar with different screens of the Fusion. You should be able to validate few things at your own while you are performing a unit testing for your development areas. You should be able to do the things at your own without having any sort of dependencies. Okay. Next thing, guys, as we see in that, okay, once we did the transaction and certain transactions are going for a approval. So suppose I am the person who has logged into the system. Maybe I am also some of the approval. Maybe I am the salary administrator. Any changes to the salary of any of the employees should need to come. Maybe I am the procurement head. Any new supplier who's going to be added into my software should need to come for me to review and approve. So how I will be able to be knowing that okay, there are certain things, certain actions that I need to review and approve. Guys, once the user logs in, he will be able to see this bell icon. Once he will be able to see the bell icon with the number, that means there has been 55 action items that has to be bring into my notice. Some notification should come. Click onto this, all those notification will come here. Okay. As we have just make the changes into this XXFG, this has been updated, it has been auto approved, edit has been auto approved. So although we have set the approval, it should need to go for the approval, it should need to go for the approval, but you see now it has been added here. It should need to go for the approval, but approval should be auto approve. In case nobody is acting, it after certain time it should be auto approve. So now if you are able to see the red mark which was coming here, it should not need to come because the transaction has gone for the approval and it got auto approve. So how do we get to know all the transactions which are going to be initiated by anyone? Suppose I am the authorized person who should need to review and approve the transaction. That is the reason it is coming to my queue as a notification. Clicking onto this bell icon, I should be able to see the details. Clicking onto this hyperlink, the new page will open up. That will give me the most of the details that we will be able to see to review the things that okay, whatever the changes that is going to happen. And if I like the changes, if that is being aligned with my system application, I will review and approve. In case I need to reject, I should be able to reject the things, and that's how the things which you have made the changes will not be reflected into the system. Okay, guys, these notifications are predefined notifications. You cannot change the structure. Everything which the Oracle is going to display for each different business object, like for job, grade, position, location, adding a supplier, adding a purchase invoice, adding a receipt, for each of the business transaction, the information that is supposed to be done, the structure of this, it is predefined by Oracle. This is the heading, this business object, which operation has happened, edit operation has happened, what is the code, what is the code, the basic details of the details, and what changes has happened. It is saying the changes are happened, joe family has been updated as an academic, the previous value was the null value and the current value is academic. Who did the changes? Tag.stable is the user who did the changes. It went for approval, but it will be targeted to be approved automatically. That is the reason system has automatically approved the things. Okay, guys, for each business transaction, for each business object, there is a different sort of notification template has been predefined, pre-built by the Oracle. So if you are doing the changes into the job related transaction, template will be triggered. In case you are doing the job changes at the location related template of the notification will get triggered. And guys, these template has been designed to showcase automatically whatever the fields that has undergo the changes, it will fetch and display those value. In case it's a operation related to the delete operation, it will show the different sort of structure or different sort of template. Maybe for edit it is the thing, in case you want to create and the creation is to be followed by the approvals, in that case the structure may be different, only the method, the operation will be listed down to ensure that okay, the person who's reviewing and approving the transaction, he should be able to familiar what kind of action has happened onto that business object. Okay, now guys, in this particular software, if you go to the home screen, what you should be able to see that okay, in the home screen, all the different tabs, these are the different tabs, are this entire blue screen with these many pages and the sections and the tabs, this is called springboard. This is a kind of a dashboard, this is a kind of board where you should be able to navigate to different sections and access different pages, different functionalities as per your business requirements. Okay, the same thing that you will be able to see here should be available to these three bars into the left. No matter whichever the page you will be going, always these three bars will be there. Clicking onto this is called navigator. All these sections that you will be able to see as a tab here, those sections will be displayed here, like me, my team, my client group, everything will be displayed. And under each of these sections there will be different pages will be displayed here. Yes, there will be only key pages, key functionality will be listed down, but here you might be able to see all the applicable pages will be listed down. Some may be there. In case everything cannot be shown here, you should be able to see the shortcut to the pages will be given here as a quick action. Further, you want to see something, you will be able to click onto the show more. You will see under the my client group these many different pages available which you should be able to access, which is not our job as a technical person. It is just the common understanding of the application. We are understanding the navigation. That is our target today. That is the reason we are learning and accessing these things. Okay, fine. Next thing, guys, as the companies may be purchasing this particular software. This software has been purchased by the company. So along with this particular software, guys, we will be provided with some additional software. What is the additional software, guys? We will be providing with the access for one backend software. The backend software is analytics. Take the URL and add a keyword called analytics and enter. This is the software which has been provided by Oracle along with the Fusion UI software. This is a backend software where the every data related work, every report related work, you are going to build the report, everything will be handled here. Okay. As we are learning about the navigations and the buttons for the UI based applications, once we will be working actually as a technical areas, once we are working on to the BIP report, OTB report, we will be discussing about this particular software. Each and every aspect of this particular things we will be discussing in detail. In addition to that, guys, what we are going to have, Oracle also provided you one additional place, one additional server or one additional software. That software is nothing, taking a URL of your application, adding a keyword called CS. If you add this keyword CS, upload, click onto enter, what has happened in case certain files have to be captured somewhere. So this particular software is something, guys, suppose you are having an iPhone having a 128 GB variant, but once you purchase or iPhone, Apple company has given you 5 GB of cloud space. So since this is a multi-million software, Oracle might thought that okay, since this is a cloud-based application, our customer might need to place some sort of file, some sort of data into a unstructured format in a file format. So that is the reason Oracle has also given you some cloud space. Here you should be able to search any file which has been available. Click onto the search, make a blind search. The file will be listed down. You want to see the details about this particular file, you should be able to see. Do we need to come to this particular screen? Do we need to manually ever come to upload any file here? No. Okay. But yes, the tools that we are going to learn as a technical consultant, these tools might be using internally this sort of software. They may be doing the coding, they might be placing the file for a staging reference into this particular server. That is the reason we will be learning this particular tool. This tool is very simple, guys. As you have seen, we will be able to access this page. How to access this page? Taking the URL of your instance, adding a keyword called CS, you will be landing into this server. It will take you to the landing screen, which will allow you to search for any file based on any parameter you want to search. Okay, if you not click on to search, it will be going to give you the default search. Guys, every file which is being uploaded into this server, you see there has been 50 5,62,658 files are already there into this. Every file that is going to be uploaded into this server will be having a unique ID which is called UCM ID. Guys, this particular software, this particular server will be called by three different names. One is CS. CS means content server. We used to call this as a UCM server also. That is the reason every file is getting an ID called UCM related ID. Third thing is we used to call this particular software as a web content server, WCC, web content server also we used to call it. This particular tool is having three different names. Okay. Now, guys, you want to see more details about this particular thing. There is an information icon. Click onto this information icon. You will be able to see what is the content ID, who has created this file. Okay. And what is the comment related to this file? What is the format of this particular file? Whether it's a media file, zip file, plain text file. What is the location of this file? Since everything is into the cloud, so there will be, if you upload the file or system has uploaded the file, then there will be some location. That location is a cloud location. So this is the cloud location and this is the actual file. In case you want to download the file, click onto this to download the file. In case you want to delete the file, you should be able to delete the file also. Click onto this file will be deleted. In case the file will be deleted, again go to the search section. In case you want to search the file again, based on the content section, if you click onto this search, it will give you more options. In case you will click onto the hyperlink or the home page, it will give you less search option. So click onto this if you want to search. Since the file has been deleted, this file will not be resulted. In case sometime guys you want to upload the file from yourself, okay, because of XYZ reason, technical people need to upload or the functional people need to upload. How you will be able to upload? Clicking onto new check-in. Check-in means you will need to provide the file. Select what is the file type, considering the default. Who is the author? The person who has logged in into the system. What is the title you want to give? You want to give XXFG test file. Which file you want to upload? Click onto this. It just browse the file, whichever the file that you want to upload. Sorry. This is the place where we should need to provide the file. Click onto this and provide the file. Let's suppose this is the file that we want to upload. That's it, guys. This has been done. And in the last, you see that, okay, there is a button called check-in. We should be able to check in the file. Once we check in into the file will be uploaded with this content ID. Again, you want to search, click onto this, search for this particular file, and you should be able to search the file here. Okay, so guys, as we said that, okay, we will be learning different sort of utilities as part of this particular training program. There has been small tools that has been offered by Oracle. This is also one of the tools which is called Web Center Content. WCC. This is also called content server. This is also called UCM server. What is the use? It will be holding the file. So in the file, what we can do? We can upload the file. We can search the file. We can see the details of the file. We can download the file by clicking onto this, and we can also able to delete the file. All these operations we are able to see. In addition to that, guys, as we discussed that, okay, there has been different applications, different sort of things. Guys, first of all, you should need to understand the user who logs in if you are having a username, password, and the URL, you should be able to log in into the application. And in this landing page, guys, you will be seeing different pages, different sort of screens. Why? Because this user is having some sort of roles and responsibility. This user has been provided some sort of access. Based on that access, that is the reason so many options, so many tabs, sub tabs, screens will be visible to you, because the user that I'm using, this user is having a admin sort of functionalities, admin sort of roles has been tagged to this particular user. Okay, we will be learning tomorrow onwards what is the security of the application, how to create the user, how to reset the password for the user, how to create the role, how to assign the role. That will all come into the jurisdiction of the Fusion administrator. We will be learning all the real-time work that the administrator is going to do as part of this particular training program. Okay. Additionally, guys, as you see that, okay, different sections and different screens has been visible, more screens will be visible because I am having more access. And as we see that, okay, different sort of tools that we are going to learn, there is a section called tools. So far, we have just learned one tool, that is content server. That content server cannot be accessed from here. Okay, there's no tool provided, there's no link provided here. You should need to access the content server directly. How? By taking the URL and adding a keyword. Which keyword? Taking the URL and adding a keyword called CS. That's how you should be able to access this tool. Second tool that we have discussed, this is the tool, this is the backend tool where we will be learning and designing our BIP and OTBA. The tool name itself, if you see the home page, the tool name is OTBA, Oracle Transaction Business Intelligence. How you can access? You can access it by three methods. One, take the URL and add in a keyword called analytics, and you will be able to access this particular tool. This is the more advanced and the latest way that you should need to access the thing. Okay. Second thing, how you can be able to access, for certain scenarios, we need to access the same particular tool by adding a keyword called XMLP server. The keyword is XMLP server. Please, it is important to know XML P server and hit the enter, the same server will be accessible by adding XMLP server also to the URL. Okay, but for the functional users, little bit the look and feel is different, but the tool is same, the accessibility is same, and everything is same only. The third way that you should be able to access the server, you will go to the UI, go to the tool sections. Under the tool sections, guys, there is a tool called Report and Analytics. If you click onto Report and Analytics, it will show you one screen, and in this particular screen, guys, you should be able to see something called Browse Catalog. Once you click onto the Browse Catalog, what you will be able to see, you will be landing into the same application called Analytics. It will take you to the second tab. In case you want to go to the first tab, that is also okay. You should be able to access. So if someone will ask you how you are going to create the report, where you are going to create the report as a technical consultant, we are going to create the report into the OTBI server. So how we will be able to access the OTB server? We should be able to log in into the application, go to the navigator, go to the tools section, and under tools section, this tool is available. Once we click onto this, a new page will open. In that right hand side, there is a browser button. Once you click onto the browse button, this application, the server will be open up for you. Okay, clear? Next thing is, suppose there is something that we need to discuss. One of the most simple tool that we are going to discuss now. Suppose I'll go to the my client group and I'll go to one page called person management page. This is a primary page. This is the page that we should need to search for any person into the system. Any employee who's been working into the organization must be searched by this master page. So guys, I we have two kind of UI. You have seen the job page, grade page, location page. There also we have the UI where we will be able to search, and we will be getting the details based on our search, and we will be able to open the page, we will be able to delete the item, we will be able to create the item, and we will be able to update the item. And this is also the another way that okay, the page has been structured with two sections. One is the search section and one is the result section. Mainly the search section will contain certain fields that you will mention, search based on that particular click onto search, the result will be shown. If the result will be shown here also, the result will be shown. In case you want to use a wildcard character, click onto this, and wildcard character, any person number, any record which is starting with the person 10, first two digit is 10 will be displayed. You want to remove this, click onto this and search, only the person number 10 will be displayed. You want to see the more details about this employee, you should be able to click onto this and it will take you to the detail page. It will be a detail page, and as we say, detail page is always a read only page. So guys, you see, one business object, the person should be having so many details. It has so many sections. Section contains so many fields. Some fields may be mandatory, some fields may be non-mandatory. So that's how, in case thousands implies to be hired, and these pages are available to the HR to prepare and enter the data manually, but 1000 implies to be hired and 200 fields to be filled, not only into the one page, but this is the main landing page. If you go to the software, every software which you are able to access the page, whether it's into the supply chain and financial, there is a task here. Clicking onto the task associated to this particular employee, there has been different business object, different pages may be available. In case you want to see the personal details of the employee, click onto the personal detail. You should be able to see the personal details, like the so guys, in the personal details, the name details, communication details, national identifier details, marital status details. Then you want to see under personal also there has been sub tabs, contact details of the employee, some documents of the employee like resumes, their medical report, their disability details. Everything has been captured here. So guys, here in case we want to change something, how you will be editing something, clicking onto this edit, click onto correct. After correcting, the page will open up. You want to change it as a new, or you will want to put it as very new, and click on to OK. Once you do the changes, it is being reflected. It is just being onto the UI. You have to submit the changes. Click onto the submit the changes, then only it will be reflected. So guys, everything that we are going into this particular software, that is going to be saved into the database. The Fusion is a technology which will be depending onto the database. Everything is going to be saved into the database. Database will contain tables, table will contain rows, rows will contain columns. Somewhere there is a table that will hold the employee or person name data. In that table there is a row for the person number 10. In that row there may be some column called first name, so that column will be updated by the value. Previous value was cho new, and now the new value will be cho very new. If the things has been done, click onto this close button, and if you search the person number 10 again, you should be able to search that okay, the name has changed. Okay, so guys, you see the differences between two screens. So what has happened? Majorly, we have three kind of screens which has been offered by Oracle. Okay, what are these three kind of screens, guys? Once the Fusion software has come into the picture, the first time the Fusion has come into the picture, Oracle has created the screens that is called classic screens, classic pages. These pages has been designed by the technology. There is a technology, there is a tool called OAF. Those who are from the EBS background, they might be familiar. Then guys, almost 5 years back, there is a new advancement of the pages has came. That is the red responsive pages. Okay, the responsive pages has been designed by the technology called ADF. And then guys, recently the latest pages that has been offered by Oracle, that is the Redwood pages. Okay, these are being designed by the technology called VBCS. So guys, what has happened? Taking an example of classic page, there's a page that we have seen person management. What is the navigation? Login to the application. I want everyone to please log in and check and navigate through these sort of pages. Log in into the application, go into the My Client group, and then you should need to be able to search for the page called Person Management. Okay, and here, guys, you should be able to search any employee. Search any employee and do check, filter out, open up, see the details, go to the person subtask. Go to the person subtask and do the changes there, do some sort of edit. Then guys, ADF related pages, we have seen the job page. Okay, how to access the job page? You should be able to go to the login, then my client group, and then there is a page that you should need to access, that is work structure, workforce structure, and then there is a page that you should be able to access, that is a job details page. Okay, here you should be able to search, you should be able to create, you should be able to edit, and you should be doing these transactions also. So guys, what has happened over a period of time as the technology has been advanced, the backend operation remains same, only the look and feel is getting changed. Okay, the uniformity of the page has happened. There was no uniformity like the search page or the landing page for different object in the classic page UI was not similar. As I'm saying that okay, this page is like this. The classic page also has been improvised. If you go to supply chain related modules and the pages of that, earlier these pages was not uniform, but now the standardized has been done. Classic page also has been uniform and kept into the same manner. The structure of the classic page is something like that. So guys, wherever you are seeing two sections, the search will be like this, search button are like here, these are the classic page. Wherever you will be able to see the search functionality, something related to the job page that you have seen. Okay, there is no such a search icon, search button, no two section, directly one bar is there. You should be able to search and hide from there. That is called responsive page. Okay, And in addition to that, guys, what has happened, the latest page which has been there, currently the server that we are using, we are not using the server which is having the Redwood page, but the Redwood page, if you see, if any page which is Redwood, you will see that in the URL there is a keyword called Redwood will be there. Redwood keyword will be there. Okay. So guys, since these different kind of pages are there and you want to do the changes into these particular pages, you want to do some sort of customization and personalization onto these particular pages, that is the reason, guys, there has been different tools provided by Oracle. There is a tool called Page Composer. This is the tool which is required to do the changes into the pages which has been designed by classic pages. There is a tool that has been provided by Oracle that is called SCM Design Studio. This is the page that has been provided by Oracle to make the changes, make the customization and personalization on the pages which has been built by a technology called ADF and called responsive page. Similarly, there is a tool provided by Oracle. That tool is called VBS. That is any page which has been designed by the technology called VBCS and called Redwood pages should be edited and customized by the tool like this. So guys, here what has happened? First of all, none of the pages has been migrated for supply chain and financial. None of the pages migrated into the Redwood page. Second, the pages only related to the HCM module are getting migrated. But in HCM module, guys, suppose there has been 1000 pages. So initially, suppose there has been 1000 pages into the classic page, maybe 700 pages may be migrated into the responsive page. 300 pages may be still available into this technology only. Okay, Oracle has not migrated. They may be migrated slowly and steadily. Since last 5 years, they are migrating. Okay, it may be that okay, they does not find it emergency or the look and feel or the purpose will not be getting served by the responsive page. That is the reason certain pages still kept into the classic page. Certain pages are available which are available into the classic pages, but Oracle has provided the responsive pages for those also. So the recommendation from the Oracle is whatever the page which are available into the responsive page, the business user should need to perform the transaction from the responsive pages only. That is the recommendation by Oracle. In addition to that, guys, suppose here we have 1000 page, here we have only 700 pages, and out of these HCM modules, maybe Oracle has only given you the capability that only 100 pages might be only migrated to the response Redwood page. So guys, rest of the 600 pages will still remain into the responsive page. Slowly and steadily Oracle is transforming entire the UI to Redwood pages. Okay, the target is that by the end of this particular year, all the applications, all the HCM related pages, supply chain related pages, and financial related application pages should be migrated into the Redwood pages. Currently, guys, none of the pages related to the financial and supply chain has been migrated into the Redwood. Only HCM related pages has been getting migrated for last 1 year. Oracle is giving a target date that okay, by this particular date we will be migrating everything, but they have not been able to successfully migrate. In addition to that, certain modules, certain pages, certain sections which they have migrated, those were also not very effective. Those were also having certain sort of bugs. Customer has not accepted those particular changes. That is the reason Oracle is keep extending their date of release, date of deadline, that okay, by when the Oracle is saying that okay, we will be stop supporting classic pages, we will be stop supporting responsive pages, and all the customers should need to migrate. Oracle want to get it done, but it is not yet been done because there is no stability into these pages and all the pages, all the modules are still not available. So guys, once we are learning the customization and personalization, since this particular technology is obsolete, this particular technology is nowhere available, this particular technology is none of the customer is using a classic pages. So since there is no classic pages, there is no need to learn this particular tool which has been offered by Oracle. This tool itself has become obsolete. Since guys, currently this particular pages we does not have these sort of pages, Oracle is still not completely fully confident and migrated into the Redwood pages. The customer are still struggling. They're still doing the POCs and practicing and doing the things into the lower environment. Or suppose out of 1000 pages, only 10 pages might have been migrated into the redwood. So currently this particular thing is also not stable and we don't have the thing. This is also obsolete. We are not going to touch base on much onto this. We will see as a course of 2 months if we get the server where we will be having a redwood pages, then we will be doing this thing. In addition to that, guys, we have the responsive pages. For that we have the page and we have this sort of tool called HCM Design Studio. We will be learning this particular tool to do the personalization and customization of the page. And guys, as we discussed yesterday, any tool that we are going to learn that is starting with HCM, that tool is specifically for the HCM module. That means none of the pages that has been offered by Oracle into the financial and supply chain are allowed to do any sort of customization and personalization. Why? There is a specific reason from the Oracle. Oracle does not want to change those particular pages. Oracle want to have a uniformity for financial and supply chain, because guys, you work in any of the technology, any of the industry, any of the customer, debit is always debit, credit is always credit. There is no change into the terminologies. There is no change into the way that okay the financials will work. But yes, there is a change into the way that okay the human capital management software will work, because human capital management is directly dealing with human. Somewhere in my company we used to call it as a annual leave. In your company you used to call it as a annual vacation. In my company I used to call something called as a maternity leave. In your company you might be having a leave that you used to call it as a mother care leave. So there is a different terminologies that has been introduced in terms when we are dealing with the mens, when we are dealing with the humans, because human has mind and human has emotions. But that is not the case when we are dealing with the number and the financials. That is the reason financial and supply chain does not offered by Oracle such sort of tools to do the change of the look and feel, change of the personalization and customization onto those particular screens. Okay, last tool guys that we have planned, very simple tool. If you see here, if I go to this screen, did you see the effective as of date is showing into some format? It is showing into, if I select the calendar, if I select the date, it is being showing into MMDDYYY format. In case guys, as a user, I don't like that. Okay, in my entire application, I want to see the date should be into different format. So what I can do, I can go once I log in, click onto this. I should be going into one thing called set preferences. I want to set my own preferences. In your mobile phone guys, you have the option to set your preferences, right? You can set your font size, you can set your wallpaper, you should be able to set your ringtone. Same way, I am the user who logs in, go to the set preferences. This is one of the tool, and in this tool guys, I want to set the preferences that okay the regional things I want to change. I want that okay my territory is Saudi Arabia to be treated as India, whatever. Based on that, the server time will be reflected. Accordingly, I want to change my date format. The date format that I am interested is I am interested into this format. 25 in this format I want to set. This is the date time format. I want that okay in my entire application any of the currency, any of the amount to be shown, that should be shown into Saudi Riyal or Pakistani or Indian or USD. You can set like this and click on to save and close. If you do the save and close, again go to the home screen, again go to the my client group, go to the person management. You should be able to see in the entire application wherever the date fields will be shown, that date will be shown into this format. Now if you click onto this, click onto the search, go to the some another page also, here also you will be able to see that okay the date will be shown into that particular format. So guys, this is also a kind of personalization, something you are personalizing for yourself. But this is session based guys. If you log out from this particular session and log in again, it will be defaulted to the default value which was set by the administrator. Okay, the same tool that we have access from here, if you go to the navigator, if you go to the thing called tools, the same tool will be accessible here also. Okay, So guys, this is something that I would like to discuss today. Very basic things that we have discussed. We will be daily learning one or two tools. Tomorrow we will be learning this tool called Security Console that is related to the administrator work, how to create the user, how to reset the password for the user, how to activate the user, deactivate the user, lock the user, unlock the user. Okay, how to assign the role to the user, how to remove the role to the user, how to compare two users, how to compare two roles, how to create a new custom rules. Okay, everything we are going to discuss tomorrow. Okay, so guys, what we are going to follow, we are going to follow one by tool and utilities. Against along with that, I will be covering two, three small tools along with that, so that by the end of 2, 3 days from now, we should be able to target to complete the administrative work. We should be able to target to complete the personalization and customization. To do the personalization and customization, these many tools are available. Certain tools which are applicable from the context of a fusion technical consultant, we will be learning those tools also. In addition to that, guys, there is a tool called transaction console. There is an administrative work of the transaction console that we are going to do, and there is a work related to doing the custom workflows. We will be defining the custom workflow that also being done by the transaction console. We will be looking into that. So for the next 4 days, our target is to complete administrative work. Our target is to complete the delighter tools related to the personalization and customization, and our target is to complete the very important tool that will help you to create your custom workflow into the fusion application that we are going to do. In addition to that, guys, there has been small utilities that we will be learning as part of this particular training program. All those utilities which are required for us, we will be doing that. In addition to that, guys, for next 3 days, what we are going to target, we are going to target to complete at least 3 to 5 different sort of concepts that may be useful. Certain concepts about the fusion application that should be knowing to you, that we are going to target to complete in next 3 days. Okay, fine guys, over to you. If you have any questions, doubts, queries, feedbacks, please feel free to ask. Please make sure to join and enroll yourself, connect with the admin, click onto the payment gateway link. Okay, in case you face any difficulty, please connect with the admin and sort it out. He will be assisting you, because on a special consideration we have been offering early bird offer, extending the offer for today also. Tomorrow onwards, in case you want to enroll, there will be a full fees will be charged, and there will be a loss of 2 months of fusion access and 1 month of OIC access. In case guys you are still having a doubt, okay, please touch base with Kumar about any of the things. Please check our website, please check our demos that has been already uploaded into our YouTube channel. Okay, you should be getting a full clarity that what we are going to cover and how we are going to cover. The assurance that we are providing, if you're following the training on a daily basis, attending the training, please make sure that, okay, from my side, my personal recommendation is you should need to practice and do the things on a daily basis. I want you, and I suggest you, and I recommend you that, okay, daily you should be spending 3 hours onto this particular training program. 1 hour on the session, almost 40 minutes onto the to check the video at 1.5x speed, and at least 30 minutes you should need to consume and try to remember the things. 30 40 minutes you should be practicing the thing. You should not need to practice everything on the same day, and you should not be practicing everything that we are learning, but slowly and steadily, one by one, you should need to keep practicing the things. Okay,
Okay.
fine
Piyush,
guys.
I have one
Yes,
doubt.
tell me.
While selecting a job, you put one code XX or senior director. So any string we can put and we can search.
Any string you can put, it is depending on to the functional setup that the functional people has done, whether the code has been accepted by system or code is getting generated automatically. You see, when we have created a job, automatically a code 26
Code
is getting
came.
created. Okay,
Yes. That code also we have to define, or a functional consultant can define that one.
I am saying whether it is a free text. If it is a free text, you can put any value. If it is being auto generated, the functional consultant might have done the configuration. Then okay, if they have done the configuration, nothing we need to think through about that. how they have done this, where they have done this, whether they need to put the series as 001, whether the system is taking 1, then 5, then 10. That is not something that we are discussing, and that is not in our scope. Okay.
Okay.
Hope that
Thank
clarifies
you.
your doubt. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Fine then. Thank you, everyone. In case no questions, we are ending up the
I
session.
I have one question, sorry.
Yes, please. Somik, please tell me.
Yeah. So you have shown us this HCM UI page. So similarly, we will go through HCM and finance also, right?
As I said that okay, this particular session is to get you familiar with the UI and the transactions. Okay. All the pages are same only. The UI, you should need to understand the UI, how to search, what are the component. The main objective is that you should be familiar that okay, what kind of pages, what kind of the pages which are available. Three kind of pages are available that we should be familiar with. Different sort of tools which are available that you should be familiar. Basic navigations remain same. If you require, we will target to see show one or two more another page related to the financial and supplier page. Okay, no worries. Any other questions? So, Mick, tomorrow we will be seeing one or two more pages for supply chain and financial module also. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Guys, how many have you already registered? Anyone who has registered?
Yes, I have done that yesterday only.
Yes, I have registered, Piyush.
Fine, guys. So just be assured that okay, once you register, the group will be created, a WhatsApp group will be created in that all the access related to the G drive where all the details about the access of the documentation will be provided. Your access for the drives and the recorded video will be provided, and the instance detail will be provided into the WhatsApp group. And going forward for tomorrow, only the participants who has enrolled will be allowed to be joining the Zoom meeting. Okay.
Thank you.
Fine. Thank you, everyone. Hope you have enjoyed the session and you have get a clarity that what you are going to learn, how we are going to progress, and what are the components that we are going to deliver as part of this training. Guys, most of the people just attend the training and just not practice. This is not this is very simple. I am going to teach every bit of the training, every bit of concept, but you have to bear with me and you have to practice. Okay, if you don't practice by looking into the video, listening to the things, either you will not be able to understand anything or you will be thinking that okay, it is very simple and able to follow. But you should need to practice in case you want to claim yourself that okay, you are a working professional. If you are already having a salary of 22 lakh but you want to jumpstart that okay, I just want to be into the fusion domain, I can start with 6 lakhs, then okay, just tell that okay, I'm a trained professional. If you are looking for that okay, from 22 lakh you cannot reduce your salary but you want a hike of minimum 2 lakh 3 lakh or with the same package but need to switch the domain, you have to practice hard, you have to practice more, you have to manipulate your resume, you have to uh, transform yourself, you have to use your previous experience transforming those things into the things that you are going to learn going forward. Okay, fine then. Thank you, everyone. Let's connect tomorrow and take things forward.
Sure, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,